how can people connect who never set foot in an office or where that is a rarity? I think that young people who have these remote careers are at such a disadvantage. I wonder if you have any ideas.
I don't think so. I think it's just different. We've filmed pairs who have been dating 2 years online, never met, and then the first time they meet is on the end. Boom, amazing. I do think you can build trust and intimacy regardless of the technology. What I think is important, technology meaning if it's in real life, in person, analog, or on Zoom, or on Google Meet, right? Or a Squadcast that we're on. You just have to be aware of the technology. You got to utilize it. What I mean by that is, if you're doing, because you could say about the people who are raised on technology that they don't really know how to interact when we're a physical person, because they haven't learned that technology. They haven't learned those actions. We need to do the same when we're whatever. It's not about not being able to connect. It's about utilizing the technology to help with the connection. And obviously, there's certain technologies that are more suitable, that are more conducive to deeper connection. Absolutely. But doesn't mean you can't connect on Zoom. Doesn't mean that you can't connect, using the technology. You can. We just have to utilize it to our benefit. So let me give an example, because you're like, this is great talk, but what is this guy really talking about? Okay. 15 people in a room. We're doing a kumbaya moment. We're 15 people in a room, a round circle. Okay. People to my right and to my left, I see them, they're 2 feet away from me. So I see the scars, I see the mole, I can see them close. But the woman and the man on the other side, we're like on the other side of the circle. I don't see them as close. I see them in full body shot. Might still be able to read their face, of course, but not as close as the people to my right and left. In some sense, I'm more intimate with people on my right and left because of proximity. They're closer. Okay. But in the Zoom room, we can have this 15-person meeting and everybody's on the same close-up. Everyone's on the same close-up. So in that sense, that's a physical impossibility. You can never be in the same distance to 15 people. But on Zoom, we can. You can pick it. So if you have it on the gallery screen instead of the speaker view, and you say something, you can instantly get a sense of how it affected everybody from the same distance. That's a superpower, right? Are we utilizing that skill? I could break it down more, but yeah, there's more. But I'm just saying, it's like, how are you using the technology to your benefit? You got to use it. You got to use that terrain to your benefit.
People need to be aware of is this a transactional interaction, or is this intentional to build and develop the relationship?
Totally. I mean, if you're in a negotiation and they're all on the close-up, maybe you want to be with your 2 lawyers to your right and left on a full wide shot across a table, far and away, so they cannot see your face when you react to them trying to push you on negotiation. So you're using the technology to your advantage. You're giving them a full wide shot where you're like 10 feet back and your head is this small versus them on a close-up. Just use it. I'm a filmmaker, so I see that. How do we use it to our advantage to create connection? And I think, what's to say that our grandparents connected and used love, and when they said love, meant the same thing that means to you and I, or to our children? We're using the same word, but it doesn't mean the same thing. And the thing about us humans is that we are so good at adapting to change that we so quickly take it for normal.